and welcome to the weekly forecast. My name is Vicki Haspels and I'm the travelling tarot teacher who's not travelling at the moment. She's in one place. That will change probably pretty soon, but I don't know. I'm enjoying the quiet. I'm enjoying being in one spot. I hope you have had a lovely week. It's been a bit all over the place with lockdowns all over Australia and like changes and opening ups in other parts of the world, wherever you are viewing from in the world, and wherever you join me, even if it's a bit later on and watching the replay. But having said that, and like a lot of people are a bit frazzled at the moment and they're not really sure, like their emotions are spilling over and they're not really understanding why that's such a weird thing. So I think I said, like, if you were watching me on Spiritual Events Directory, you would have seen that it is quite, I think we're like at a fatigue space and like everyone's had enough. And that's a really good thing, because when we hit that sort of rock bottom, the only way to go is up, and that getting those emotions out is good for the soul and healthy. Anyway, thanks for joining me. This is the weekly forecast, so I'm going to choose 6 cards from my deck, the Mythic Tarot, and we're going to have a look at the energy that's affecting us this week and what to expect, and a little bit of guidance around what to expect. We'll do some predictions. So I'm going to choose 6 cards, as I usually do. And let's see what's happening. I've had I must say, had a very productive week. I think that the cards that came up last week were spot on for me anyway. I definitely made the use of the energy. And that's the other thing, right? When we do this weekly forecast every week, you can anticipate and utilize the energy of the cards as they come up. We're not a passive participants in this life. You can say, I like that card's energy. I'm going to invoke the energy of that card into my aura and channel it through to get that job done or to make that opportunity work for me. You can actually make the cards work for you. You don't always have to be a passive passenger on this ride. Okay, so let's start. We're going to have a look at the card that we are, our energy. And more often than not, we consciously know that this energy is around us. So the card we have is the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords represents that necessity to block the world out. So we might have had either unwanted advice, or we've sought advice and that no longer is relevant to us. Or it could be a steady stream of noise or, external chitter chatter that really has no relevance. And it's actually been interfering with our thinking. So the Two of Swords says that we are now going to say, you know what? Stop the world. I want to get off. I'm going to block all of that out. I really need to think for myself. Isn't it funny? We just talked about that. We can actually take charge. Just said that. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at the spiritual energy or the guide energy that's working with us, or our soul, whatever you want to call it. It's that unseen, it's the unconscious that works with us to help us understand and realize our potential, but also to help us learn what's blocking us, or all those karmic lessons. They work with us. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to, especially when we've got some tricky things going on and we really need to release some heavy stuff, and sometimes it's a smooth ride. So let's see what's going on. I don't even know. Oh, look at this sun energy. I love the sun energy. Sun energy means breaking through, positive insight, clear vision for the future, and confidence in that clarity, confidence in what that future is bringing. So here, if we block out all of the noise, we're blocking out all of the external, whatever it is that gets in the way, because there is clarity and like that bright future. So our soul is saying to us, you know what, if you can close your mind down, and meditation is really good, or breathing is really good for that, you're going to be able to see where you're heading. Not only where you're heading, but you're going to see, have faith in where you're heading, and strength in where you're heading. All right, so now we need to look at what is going to challenge us, so that we know what we're healing, or what we're working through, or learning about ourselves. And we have the Judgment card here. So we're not learning about how we're judging ourselves. Our vulnerability or our weakness is about, and when I say weakness, it's like the thing that challenges us. We don't really want to face, but these circumstances and these cards are helping us understand that is about letting things go. So this is about feeling that the Judgment card is really a sense of detachment around it as well. So not only are we letting things go, but we're letting things go because we don't care anymore. We just stopped caring about it. Why is that sitting in the vulnerability? Why is that so hard to not care about something? It's because we force ourselves to care about something that we've actually on a soul level let go of. And so we fight and we struggle with ourselves constantly. No wonder we have to shut the world out. No wonder we have to have a bit of a blitz on misinformation or too much information coming in. It's simply because it's time to get clear about where we're heading, and it's time to have confidence in our future. No more all around it. So we're going to remove circumstances, people, things that don't serve us anymore. I call this the Marie Kondo of the tarot. Everything must go. If you don't love it, it's gone. And so I'm telling you, my lovely people, if you can not fight it, just say, you know what, I'm tired, I'm just going to let it go. If you can do that, it works the best. But I know our minds like to fight everything. All right, so now we're going to have a look at what all these things that are happening. What's our reaction going to be? How are we going to actually behave? We're going to be the Queen of Pentacles. We are going to be so good to ourselves, so wonderful to ourselves. We are going to be grounded and we are going to be sensible. So all this letting go, all this shutting down, we are going to say, I own this and I know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm going to move forward, and you're not going to influence me. She is so, I always aspire to be her. She is grounded. She cannot be moved. She cannot be waved like her opinion will not waver. She knows herself really, really well. And so, but also too, she loves to taste life. She loves to involve herself in life as well. She's all about the tactile parts of life. So the way that we're going to react is we're going to fully immerse ourselves into this next part of our lives. We're going to taste it. We're going to love it. And nobody is going to get in the way and say, you shouldn't be doing that. We're going to say, whatever, because we're channeling her. We're channeling the Queen of Pentacles. So what does this mean for our future? What is it like? We are going to be the Queen of Pentacles this week. Even if you're a guy, you're going to be the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to channel that energy. What is that? Where is that going to lead us? Well, what is our potential future or our potential outcomes? Oh my goodness. We got the kings turned up. Look at that. So the King of Pentacles. So we got the King and the Queen together. That means to me, straight up before anything else, good relationships, lots of really good, strong partnerships, because we've got both of that same suit. We are heading to abundance. We are heading to meeting and connecting with the people in our outer world. We are creating a world for ourselves of abundance, of security, and where we actually take charge of our own lives and direct our lives into the future. The King of Pentacles is the boss. He is the boss, the manager, the businessman. He is the person who takes charge and knows how to create abundance from nothing. So how perfect is that? Not only do we look after ourselves and say, you know what, the message, I guess what the message really is here is that once we stand up for ourselves and say, I actually want this, that means that we can then create it in the outside world, because it turns up automatically, or it becomes available to us to actually access. Now, didn't I say at the beginning, before I touched any cards, is that we can channel this energy for ourselves and make use of it. We are in charge. We choose. That's what these guys are saying. We choose. So what's the spiritual meaning of this card? What is it? Sorry, what's the spiritual meaning of this week? All these cards. What's our karmic journey? We are getting rid of a lot of baggage, guys. We're getting rid of a lot of baggage. So the Chariot is where the all that stuff that's been churning up, that's been trapped, gets to be released. That means that we get used to being not aggressive. We get used to being assertive, but it's not going to be a smooth path to, hey, I am really, this is what I want and this is how I'm going. Our spiritual path is all about the Chariot, which means it's coming in spits and spurts. So all of these guys, especially the Sun as well, are teaching us this week and showing us, because we are going to immerse ourselves in this energy, that we have the opportunity to create our future. We have the opportunity to see the opportunities that are going to turn up for us and feel confident enough to step into them, because we have let go of all those things that have been holding us back, in order to, once we've immersed ourselves in it, if it's not something that you're used to, you will have spits and spurts of over the top emotion, and then settling, calming back down again, and then it comes out again until it balances itself out. So you can become used to that take charge, assertive energy. And so I think that's a really good way to also get rid of a lot of pent up aggravation, agitation that we've been carrying around for such a long time. You can actually use that too and feel justified. I need to get rid of this rubbish out of my life right now. The Chariot actually helps us erupt it and move it out, simply because these cards are not taking any crap this week. So we're making it work, and we are nailing it, and we're getting our confidence back, simply because we are looking after ourselves and we are owning our power, and we're deciding this is where I want to head, and we're taking charge. Anyway, that's the weekly forecast for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm actually going to be doing some stuff on Facebook and Instagram this week as well. So have a look out for that. But otherwise, thank you so much. With love from me to you, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.